Welcome back to Anno 1800 modded series. With more than 60 mods, the game has really changed a lot. And we're playing, remember again, three stars AI, so they already have engineers over here. They completely cheat, because many of these mods are definitely making the game a lot harder, even just to create, for example, a frigate. Not only you need, everything that you used to need, but you need 4 new things. You're gonna need the care packages, the munitions, the basic weapons, and the sailors. So that is way harder than before, but they already have ships of the lines, engineers, and everything. Now, the only good news, let's say, is that in the last episode, Lady Margaret declared war on us, but now she actually gave me peace. Without me asking, she just gave me peace. So I said yes, because, we're not really ready to fight her. We have nothing. This is the extent of our fleet, 1 frigate. So I definitely said yes. I also deleted some of my cannons because they were costing me a lot. If she attacks again, then we can rebuild them. We have, though, on the other hand, something great that is happening is we are ready to go to the New World, or to be more precise, our ship has crossed the sea, and now we are very close. We need to do the expedition, missions. Before we get there, I do want to show you that, the extent of what I've done between the end of the last episode, which of course you can find in the video description below, and the beginning of this new one, is that I've made sure that both islands are fully at equilibrium, let's say, right? So that we produce enough of everything. If you look over here on my second island, we're producing everything we need. So my pescatarians, the whole island is full of pescatarians. They're all happy, right? We're talking about 38 pescatarians. That is already a lot. And they have all of the luxury needs. And then similarly on this island, I definitely had to add a few new production. For example, I remember I added this slaughterhouse over here with a new pig farm. We added a couple of productions over here, of charcoal. I remember I added also one more furnace over here and a few other things, like I think another jewelry over here, another tool workshop. But if we look at my productions now, we should be in positive everywhere, or at least neutral, right? Some of them are neutral, but that's fine. So yeah, we're gonna need to keep an eye out on this one. But oh no, sorry, my bad. One of them is not in positive. This is the coal. But everything else is looking good. Love it. So we just need to add one more coal again. Let's do that quickly before we go and check the expedition. So let's put maybe a warehouse on this side. Okay, so yeah, let's check the expedition. Click on New World Expedition over here and see that the City of Gold, the faded ink, the gold leaf. Could this map lead us to El Duda? It fluttered into the hands of our sailors, believed it to be the most bona fide clue in centuries as to the location of the City of Gold. So should we hire a guide, read the map ourselves, or refuse to believe in the City of Gold? I mean, we can't refuse, but maybe we try to read it ourselves. Because, oh, that's not bad. Your men succumbed to their greed. The map must have been a cruel hoax. Shame. So we lost some morale, but let's continue on by giving them 1 sausage. We don't lose too much morale, otherwise we would lose quite a bit. Okay, and then, we're gonna need to wait a couple more minutes, and then you're gonna see 1 again there, so we'll be ready for the next piece. To finish in a quick recap, we're making almost 4,200 of profit right now. We have more than 100,000 in the bank, so that's great. We have started to sell some of the resources. For example, here, the work clothes I'm selling. I think I'm selling also the sausages. So a couple of things, the sale, there's no point in having it completely full. So I'm selling a few. And as I said before, we're gonna keep an eye out here. If there is some frigates, we'll buy them for sure. We'll always keep an eye out on quests. Right, 7,000 for a delivery quest should be easy. I'm gonna send, especially now that we're not at war anymore, I'm gonna send my flagship. And we need to keep an eye out on our enemies, right? If we see big fleets, coming close to me, that could be a big problem. And then, you know, now that we're making windows, we can hopefully start moving towards the next piece, which is having a lot more of artisans. We could potentially also create beer. There was one missing here, is the beer and the cigarette. So maybe let's start with that before we move to the artisans, to make sure we make a lot of money. Now for both the beer and the cigarettes, we're gonna need some hop, which we don't have fertility on our first or second island. But the good thing is we got a third one here that has this fertility. We're gonna need though to create a basic city over there. So let's use my frigate to send some resources. I'm gonna send everything. Maybe let's send even some bricks. Okay, so let's go send it. And in the meantime, we can create, you know, a small city, or we can start using some of our stamps. I need to make sure we find the right one. Here it is. So here you have, you know, the basic stamps. I've done videos on all of these, so don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to see that on my channel. And in this case, probably want to just go with the basic worker. The problem is this is using bricks. So maybe we don't. Maybe we just make a normal one. Where do we need to deliver the crates? Oh, that's pretty far. Okay, let's go there. That's fine. So yeah, let's just make a basic farming community with, you know, a market here in the middle. We're gonna want a pub for sure. Actually, let's make a slightly different organization. Now that we have all of these different services, we need also water. Maybe water, we put it on the other side like this. Okay, we're gonna need a road around this whole thing. Get a nice square. Up. One road here, go to the middle. And let's start pressing H to put a lot of farmers. Okay, we're out of farmers, but I'm bringing we're bringing the timber now, so I'm not too worried. I expand all the way here. Actually, let's go a bit further there. Good. We're gonna do the same here. I want to make sure we leave space for a road in the middle, and then we can continue expanding. That would probably be even too big if it's just to make hope, but actually maybe we make the beer and the cigarette here on this island. We're gonna need a couple of workers, I guess, if we want to be able to do this. Oh, we need also... Oh, no, sorry, my bad. So I remember that we may not need that. There's two recipes over here. This one is the tobacco cigarettes, but I don't think we need that. We can try to create this one. But yes, it's going to require a couple of workers. But otherwise, maybe we can just make it on site here. This is also workers. Oh, this one is artisans. Damn. Okay, so maybe we make just the basic production. I'll check it in a second. We do have both of these en route. Okay. We don't have yet the next expedition, so there's nothing else to do than continue with this island here. Alright, let's just make sure there's a road here. Okay, same on this side. I know many of you always tell me that you like to see the detail build, so that's why at some time I take really the time to make it live together. At some point in the game I think we won't be able to, because that's gonna start taking way too much time to do everything online, but for the start I think it's okay. Okay, so we delivered all of this. Now let's go pick this. This is Ellie the Incorruptible mission 2. Alright, we've done mission 1, we just destroyed someone. Now we can do mission 2, which will give us also a merchant, so that's always great. Cool, so let's continue. And by the way, I guess I can put, as always, a buy order for Archie. Like, if it's under 100, please buy. If it's under 50, maybe, please buy. Good. So, we should make sure there is the small wood production. It doesn't have to be a big one, but let's make a small one. Maybe over here. We're gonna need, you know, a warehouse there anyway. Oh, who's... and what? Oh, yes. This is an enemy island. Oh, but this is a pirate. This is not a real... I do like, by the way, this island. This is one of the famous islands that has this bay here that's easy to defend. You can put tons of stuff. So that's a cool one. But yeah, anyway, let's continue. As I was saying, putting a small kind of wood production here in this corner, because we can say we're gonna have a warehouse here next to the mine, right? And so we should have maybe these two over here and a couple of wood places, like 1, 2, maybe 3, because we also need wood as a basic need for my people. Hopefully this is in range. Yes, perfect. So let's build all of these, that one. Good. That way we don't need to send wood all the time. Okay, a bit of population here. Let me check. So they're going to get wood and water. Fish is gonna come very soon, so let's go put it right away. We have also the river ones, but I prefer to keep river for clay so far, because that's definitely a harder one to do, which actually don't we have over here? Oh, maybe here. Yes. So let's see, a clay. This is still workers, by the way. Then after the fish, it's gonna be potatoes, wool, the horses is also 100. All of these is 100. Okay. So we're gonna do all of these, right? Create that normal basic production. We don't have a lot of space here, but this should be out of range of the wood, so that's fine. Wool, sorry, and also the potatoes. Maybe we'll make it more on this side. So let's start expanding. Alright, let's go all the way. I didn't really do a tour of the island, by the way, which is a mistake. It's not that much, huh? We only took it for... Oh, can I build the mine? I can now. Okay, we've unlocked the coal mine because we have our first artisans. I forgot about this. But yeah, this is a very basic island, so we're gonna need to be careful what we do. We said potatoes and schnapps and wool. So let's start with the wool because that's a very easy one. Probably place two for the future, you know, 1 to start, but in the future we'll probably want 2. Okay, it's very easy to organize. Let's put 1 of these, and yeah, let's go with the schnapps first. We have now a new schnapps production that could potentially use, you know, some glass. But again, that would require some artisans, so I think we're just gonna stay with the basic schnapps production. It will require... Oh, there's no potato fertility on this island, my bad. Okay, well, that's easy then. We're not gonna give potatoes. We're gonna need to bring those potatoes. But what we can do is start the beer production. So let's go. We have a basic beer production here, and then we have a more advanced one there. So we're gonna check both of these. What we know for sure is we're gonna need some malt, and this is a 30-second production. So 1 should be enough. This will require probably 2 of these, and then hop, we're gonna need a ton. And by the way, I think we're gonna need way more than those 2. Which probably means we're gonna need more than that too. I'm just starting to place some of these. We're going to probably do something like this because we need to protect the forest here. I need to make sure we have enough space here for at least a warehouse and maybe 1 fire station. Okay, and then the rest can be covered with farms, right? That's the idea. So this guy is finished. Okay, we got something. The expedition, we can come back. We don't have a new ship to buy yet. No other mission. We're getting to that one in a sec. So yeah, let's check the expedition. Ah, La Manzanilla de la Muerte, which is death. An officer had taken a bite out of a fragrant but deadly fruit. Ooh. By the time your guide alerts the crew to stay away, its sweet taste has already been rapidly followed by a peppery tingle and an excruciating burn. Ooh! So should we puncture a airway or calm the officer? Let's try to calm him. Puncturing an officer on a boat in the middle of the sea doesn't seem like the greatest idea. Your diplomat's voice soothing everyone. Should we still perform stomach pumping or make a powdered charcoal to clean? This has a 45% chance of succeeding, so let's try it. Your master crafter conducts every crew member as a perfectly synchronized orchestra. Wow, so I think we managed to survive without losing any morale. We will lose now a bit of morale though, but we don't really have a choice. We need to continue forward. Okay. Which is why, again, obviously, you want to make sure you have a very high morale when you leave, right? By giving a lot of rations and things like this. There's a resident quest, also good to check them out. You know, 21 wood, I should have this, so hopefully can deliver it right away. Here it is. And she's going to give us something, a slurry pit. Affect rendering works, fertilizer, salpet. Oh, I didn't go fast enough, sorry. So let's check it back here. We have the tannery, fertilizer, okay, productivity, maintenance, and negative. It's not bad, but to create one trade union just for this, maybe not. And we may sell it. Speaking of selling, you know, you could also make boats just to sell them. And we may actually do that. We will also, I think, create one frigate, but let's do a schooner. So a schooner, for example, right, is 500 of money. It is 20 of timber, 10 sails, 4 water, and 4 sailors. So it's a very, very small cost, right? Only takes 2 minutes too. Then we can do a frigate. So we're gonna do a schooner just so that we can sell it, right? So remember that it cost me basically, right, this was 500 of money and a bit of resource. Let's call it 1000 of money, right? So it's really not that much. Let's see for how much we can sell it. I know how much we can sell it in the base game, but I don't know with all those mods if they change this. Our soldiers too, by the way, we could start trying to get to the coins so that we can upgrade them, but it may have to wait until the next episode because right now I'm focused on this. So let's continue over here. As we said, we're providing most of the things. The wood, okay, hasn't really started yet. The wool is over here, so let's go. Start the wool. Okay, and we probably want to start this one. We want to start, you know, some farms. We're gonna need some steel. We'll bring steel from another place in a sec. We have some, and I'm making some of those farms first. Okay, we're gonna build all of the fields. We're not going to actually build them. Sorry, what I'm saying is we're placing the blueprints so that we know what space we have, right? We are trying to use all of the space here. Okay. Oh, there is our first riot, which is, you know, a bit surprising because we have very high happiness, but okay. That means we need to build a first, this is worker, a first police station. We have actually quite a few, so we could build a very small one potentially. But no, the small one costs more than the big one, so let's just build a big one. Okay, so first police station. I'm not gonna build police station anywhere else for now because it costs quite a bit. And we have also pick up this. So where do we need to deliver it? To Ellie. That's easy. That's next door. Okay, let's continue. So as I said, we built just the farms here. And then we can start making some hop. It's actually very small. So we're gonna do a small change of layout. We're going to bring these guys here. Up and up. Okay, because I see we have space on this side, so no reason to go so far. And then yeah, these three we probably will have to build fully, because the production of hop is actually pretty slow. If you look at it, you can see it as soon as it starts. This is a 2-minute production, so yeah, we need a lot. Okay, we got some nice money, and this one that is actually doing nothing except giving us some diplomacy. So should we just sell it? Just sell it. Done. Speaking of which, we can actually check, you know, these resources we already need. Is there anything interesting over here? It will cost quite a lot to buy, a lot more to buy than to sell, but you never know. Sometimes you find something really, really good. It's not bad in the future, this one, but it's just way too expensive. Okay, let's come back. So let's come back. We will need, as I said, to transport some of my steel beams. We can maybe, or maybe we just buy a bit of steel beams because we have money. What is it? 7,000? Yeah, we can do that. Let's buy this to deliver or to turbocharge my new island over here. The police station, here it is. You can see the police is coming. Love it. Okay, I digress. So we have built one. Continue over here with this one. Yep. Covering, you know, all of these corners there where we're not gonna be able to place anyway any buildings. Okay, so done. What else? If you look at my people, let's accelerate just a bit. They're starting to get everything except the potatoes because we don't have the fertility. And here we should probably give them also those wooden beams, wooden something. Okay, because it just costs timber, so it's really not that bad. Let's build 2. I think 1 was not enough. Oh, we just bought from Archie some resources, and that's good. We have some workforce, so I'm not gonna expand too quickly the people. Oh, here I made a mistake. Sorry, my bad. My bad. We're gonna need to rework a bit the farms. Oopsie. Actually, the easier is probably to just delete all of the farms and rebuild them quickly. Up. Up. That one is done. And last one. I say last one. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need more. But last one for now to just get us started. And we build all of them with shift. Perfect. Okay, so I need, here it is, those resources, especially the steel. And then you can leave. Go back where you came from. So the malt is an easy one, we know. And then let's look at those two, where we have this first one here is going to take malt, hop, and clay. The second one here, we have 2 different recipes. It's instead of clay, we would use the glass. And I'm guessing that we produce a slightly different number. It's not written over here. But again, I'm guessing this is a different, you know, production rate. But yeah, I think we probably will go with that one here. The thing though is we need some workers. Can we upgrade already? Not yet. I'm hoping... Oh no, we need to provide also the potatoes. So this may be our first... Oh, we have 2 new ships here. So our first trade route. But let's use maybe this clipper here. So we're gonna take from this island over here some potatoes, send them there. And realistically, what we'll probably do is use the same ship to bring back the beer after. But for now, we need to send the potatoes. We have overcome. Great. I'm not gonna create, you know, groups and anything right now. We do want to make sure that we keep some potatoes always here. So let's put a minimum of 10 maybe stock. And we probably need to increase our potatoes. It's time to start making some names. So this is gonna be capital. This is going to be pesque, the pescatarian, and for now this is just going to be hop. Okay, so as I said, if we do Control Q on my capital, we are making enough potatoes, right? But if I select both of these, we're still making enough, but just barely. So let's still create one more, I think. We can put it maybe in this corner here. It's a small field. Done. Perfect. Okay, so that is good. We don't care about this. Next expedition. See it. Okay, a crack in the hull. Water in the hull. So improvise a water pump. We have 45% chance, or seal it and repair it at the next harbor. I guess this is kind of like you lose a bit of morale, but not too much. And this is risky, but you have a chance of not losing at all. So let's go for it. See, your crafty crew has a solution for everything. Good job, everybody. So let's continue. Oh, we're losing again a bit more health. So we're at 67 now. But hopefully we're pretty close. We're pretty close. Another quick mission there. Let's see it. Ooh, that is good. And, you know, getting some reputation also with him is always good. He wants some pigs. Okay. And why not? So let's see. We can sell it for 2,500. Right? So it was like a 1,000 cost, but it's a 2,500 profit. It's not huge, but what I wanted to say is it can help. You know, it can be better than nothing. It can be better than nothing. I think we'll go for one more frigate, and then we can go for this. And it's the same for the gunboat. I mean, you're gonna make probably more and more profits. Except, to be honest, I'm not actually convinced that for a frigate we're gonna make so much profit, because there is so many new resources needed for it, right? That we may not make a lot of profit, to be honest. Okay, let's see if we have enough pigs to deliver. And here, this is, you know, first trade route, so it's gonna take the potatoes, here it is, and it's gonna deliver them on the other island. And then pigs, how are we doing on pigs? We have a lot of pigs, great. We need 20 for him. So let's go. Look at all of those defenses. Oof, this one's, I really can't attack him because those flamethrowers for wooden ship like this one, that's gonna make a lot of damage. What we may want to do is prepare one ship to send to the new world and a military ship, you know, to just defend a bit our city. We're gonna take the new frigate we just created. We're gonna take some resources, you know, like basic resources, and get ready to send it to the new world. I'll show you how in a second. In the meantime, let's check how we're doing over here. So we don't have workforce to start these, but at least we have reserves of grain. How are we doing on the other? We have reserves of hop that is starting over here, great. And clay, we haven't started the clay, so let's start the clay. We have 2 of these river slots. This one is a bit far from a warehouse, but hopefully this one would be close enough. So let's check it. If I place it here, right, and we have a road maybe like this, maybe it works. We will need again more workers, but again, I think it is in range of the warehouse, and that's the important thing for me. We just delivered some potatoes. My people should be happy-ish soon, in a second, where we can upgrade them to workers or to pescatarians. I don't think we're gonna do pescatarians, even if that gives a bit of a farmer workforce. Instead, I think we're really going to just go to workers. I'm thinking we're probably gonna need a bit more because we're gonna need to still have farmers, but also have workers. Okay, it is. So let's start. Put some workers over here. Perfect. We're in positive. Now I'm gonna need to check, in a second, the equilibrium of production, but I just want to make sure we start, those basic production of clay and malt, so that then we have a production of beer. Again, probably not enough, so I'm gonna need to align all of those things. But first, let me see what happened over here. There is a shortage, we don't care, that's fine. But you have arrived here. So we're gonna take, as I said, let's go crazy. Yes, and of this. So we're gonna take 50 of each. That's the space we have for. And then we're gonna go all the way to the border, the bottom, or not really bottom, but this border here. This is the border to the New World, because I can't send it to the New World yet, right? There is no button here for region available. We need to first discover the region, so finish this expedition, then we'll be able to send it. But this way, by having the ship, over here, it will be really ready, right? They will be very close to send. Any mission over here? No mission at the people. You can also ask, by the way, if you want, you can ask them, action, ask for a quest. I don't think they are ever unhappy for you to ask, unless maybe you ask repeatedly. Anyway, done. So that is good, and it is perfect. Hopefully this is the last. Scylla and Charybdis. Your crew attempts the crossing of a vicious strait. Like Odysseus along the coast of Sicily, they see a subsidiary current running counter to the main flow. Its strength so well it brings fish with deformed eyes. What? So we can avoid it. We have a 50% chance, or we can hope it won't suck us in. I think we try this one because we have 50% chance of success. And we do actually gain morale. That is great. My people are even happier because now we're losing again a bit of morale. And I think we have arrived. Here it is, ladies and gents. We are in the New World. So I don't know if, the enemy is still already there, but at least we have arrived. Now, if we press 1, we go back here, and now we can send the ship, which is not actually there yet. So I could have prepared it even better, but now we can send him to the New World. Great. And I think we'll discover the New World in the next episode, ladies and gents, where we will see indeed Isabel Sarmento. She introduces herself. She's right at the other side. We're gonna cross, I guess, all the way here. There is oh no, what I can do is be very sneaky and just buy this frigate, I think. But it is, we buy this one, and hopefully she'll be happy, and we see this in the next episode. Thank you for watching, smash like button, hope to see you next time.